I'm Priya Mann in Gibraltar. You're taking a live look at Drone 4 as a massive cleanup is underway here and in communities across Metro Detroit. We're talking to homeowners and officials as they assess the damage. Kim.
I'm 4-1 meteorologist Kim Adams in South Rockwood, where 80-mile-per-hour winds has caused extensive damage. We'll talk about how many tornadoes were in Detroit last night coming up. Paula?
I'm Paula Tupman in Clinton Township, and I'm going to take you to some of Macomb County's newest lakefront property. That wasn't lakefront property a couple of days ago. It even comes with ducks. You think you got crazy rain? They got crazy rain. These stories and more happening right now on Local 4 First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon to you. I'm Christy McDonald, and thanks so much for joining me. We start things off here at 4 with the aftermath of severe storms that rolled through Michigan last night. States of emergency have been declared in Wayne and Monroe counties, expediting the recovery efforts from flooding and damage to property. The National Weather Service has now confirmed tornadoes last night in Belleville, Canton Township, Livingston County, and Grand Rapids. One person was killed as the result of a possible tornado on I-96 near the border of Livingston and Ingham counties. It is not clear yet if that was a different weather event or the EF1 tornado in Livingston County. All right, go ahead and take a look at this video we just got in from Ferndale. An uprooted tree fell across Saratoga Street just east of Woodward, crushing a car and badly damaging the house across the street from it. And from the damage we are seeing in Gibraltar today, you would think a tornado had touchdown there, too. Priya Mann begins our live coverage here at 4 o'clock with a look at what people are dealing with there. Priya.
And Christy, the sound of chainsaws fills the neighborhood here. Just take a look at these tree limbs. These are massive parts of a tree that have slowly been cut as tree trimmers have been working around the clock since that storm hit. Right in the backyard there, tons of trees are down. We're here in Gibraltar, which is right next to the Detroit River, close to Grosse Ile. We're about a mile away from the Detroit River. And this isn't the only home dealing with a cleanup like this in Gibraltar. We also want to show you just down the street here, home after home is dealing with felled trees, and as that cleanup begins for so many homeowners here, want to show you also Drone 4. For this family, one of their massive trees ended up on their roof. We want to show you a bird's eye view of that. That homeowner actually telling me that his patio table, which is glass, actually flew up into the air over several pieces of equipment, including his barbecue and his lawnmower, and smashed in his backyard. Thankfully, that tree has since been removed, but as you can tell from Drone 4, a massive cleanup underway for this family. Take a listen to what Brandon Cole had to say.
I was about to go to bed. My wife came home, and then she's like, "There's gonna be a tornado." And her nieces and nephew and her sister live around the corner, so they came over, and then they hid in the closet. We watched the lightning storm, and then boom, a loud bang, come crashing down. I'm upstairs with a flashlight looking in the yard, and then that big branch over there had fallen right here into their yard and on the corner of the house, and then we saw the rest of it. And once it kind of cleared up after a while, we came out and cleared out his driveway and pulled that out so he can get out for the morning, and then now we're just cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, cleaning up the mess, neighbors helping one another. He's right across the street, but take a look back here. And this has been the story all day today. Crews slowly removing these massive tree trunks and branches so that it can be removed and then folks can get their backyard back. But as you can tell behind me, this backyard is going to look significantly different after this cleanup. Again, a very busy day for tree trimming crews and crews out here assessing the damage. Coming up at 5 o'clock, we'll be talking to folks over in Frenchtown Township, a mobile home community there, particularly hard hit. Reporting live in Gibraltar, I'm Priya Mann, Local 4.
All right, thanks so much, Priya. Really staggering pictures to take a look at, especially that drone footage. Let's get now to Kim Adams. She is in South Rockwood with a look at some of the damage that happened there. Kim?
Before 11 o'clock, this area in South Rockwood had about 80-mile-per-hour winds. I'm in the second story of this home here in South Rockwood, and you can look out the window and see the sun, and you can also look up and see blue sky as well, as the roof has been completely torn off. I'm going to step aside. You can see children's toys to the left. There's some G.I. Joes, some collectibles, all their precious mementos up here, all completely destroyed. As the roof was torn off, we still had that heavy rain. Now things have dried out. They need to start cleaning up. But they not only have to clean up their home, they'll also have to clean up the yard, as there are multiple large trees down. As I was driving in, I saw quite a bit of damage here. Now, this is not an area where they had a confirmed tornado, but straight line winds with 80-mile-per-hour winds can do just as much damage, and sometimes even more so. And that's what happened to this home here. As you heard earlier, as of right now, 3 confirmed tornadoes. We've got one in Belleville, one in Canton Township, and then the other one still waiting on confirmation as to whether this is the same tornado that did the damage on I-96 in Ingham County around Weberville, moved into Livingston County. But you've got 2 different National Weather Service offices that are working on this. Ingham County is Grand Rapids office responsibility. Livingston County is Detroit, Pontiac, White Lake office. So 2 different offices. So we haven't got a confirmation on the one that went through Weberville into Livingston County as to how strong that one was. But we know that 2 tornadoes had 80-mile-per-hour winds. And again, here in South Rockwood, even without a tornado, the damage looks very similar to what an EF0 or EF1 tornado would do. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit more about the path of the storms last night, but we'll look ahead to your weekend forecast as well.
All right, Kim, sounds good. Wow, that perspective of you on the second floor and being able to see straight through the roof. That family has got to be so difficult for them, for their belongings out there on the ground. We'll see you in just a little bit. You know, right now, a staggering number of DTE customers, more than 230,000 of them, are without power due to the storms. They expect to have 80%, though, restored sometime tomorrow, and the remaining 50,000 or so by Sunday. Hank Winchester joins us live at 5 o'clock tonight with a closer look at how people are dealing with the outages, and we know many of you are, and the effort to restore electricity. Wayne County is issuing a health advisory tonight asking people to stay away from the River Rouge, the Huron River, and the Detroit River. Here is why. The flooding caused local public works departments to discharge some wastewater, which was untreated or partially treated, into those waterways during the storm. So the bottom line here, avoid all contact, keep your pets away, and avoid eating any fish caught in these rivers for the time being. If you do come in contact with water from any of these rivers, though, avoid touching your face and wash the exposed areas immediately with soap and water. You know, even as flooding recedes, there are big issues with water on the roads, and that is especially true in Macomb County. Paula Tutman is live in Clinton Township tonight, where several high-traffic areas were blocked off today. And Paula, that catches a lot of people off guard when these roads are shut down by the water.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. But one thing I do want to make clear is where you saw Priya in Gibraltar and Kim Adams in South Rockwood, that is not the case in Macomb County. However, when you do come down Canal Road, this kind of looks like a causeway. There's just so much water. You can see a sign right there. That's not supposed to be in the middle of a lake. And then right here at this family's courtyard, can't imagine where that furniture is. But what's incredible is as much water as you're seeing right here. Here's the good news. It could have been so much worse. As bad as the rain has been for the last 2 days, and yes, it has been bad.
Deluge is a good way to characterize it, I think. It's like, I don't know what they're like. And it's like living in water world.
At this Chesterfield subdivision, the rain came down so fast and so furiously. Houses became islands, and neighbors were trapped inside last night.
All the way up there where that white car is, it was all the way up to the back tires of the car.
Major roads and thoroughfares had to be shut down.
You know, these kinds of recorded amounts of rain and the intensity of rain are very, very unusual for Southeast Michigan.
Others braved the water over the road signs, plowed through, inched through, or willed their way through deep puddles and ponds without fish. But back to how bad it is. Macomb County reports very few flooded basements, mostly flooded roadways. Macomb County Public Works Commissioner Candace Miller says that as bad as it was, and it was, it could have been worse.
Our major pump station, which is in St. Clair Shores at 9 Mile and Jefferson, we have an emergency bypass there. I've only used it one other time in all the years that I've been here, but I've used it twice in the last 2 days. And in those 2 days, if we had not used our emergency bypass, we probably would have flooded I don't know, maybe 3,000 to 4,000 basements in the city of St. Clair Shores. It would have been catastrophic.
But she also warns that this is a new day and the new weather patterns seem to be the new normal, and residents and politicians, she says, need to work together for long-term fixes because things will likely get worse, not better. Yeah, so I do want to take you back here to Canal Road and Clinton River Road because this is just one of the roads in Macomb County. There were 5 major thoroughfares that were shut down. The water is receding. It's receding pretty quickly, but I'm still seeing cars come through. And listen, they're sending the crews through very often. They will open the roads as soon as they can, hopefully before dark, but they're still having the roads closed in the weather emergency until 7:30 this evening, and they're just saying, please, just, you know what, just find another route. Don't go this way. Come back, 5:30. We're also going to talk about all this water, but why this water in this particular place is actually fairly good news. So we'll talk about that at 5:30. Back to you, Christy.
All right, sounds good. We'll see you then, Paula. Thanks. All right, have a look at some of the incredible damage in Canton Township now. Heritage Park took a major hit from the storms. 2 pavilions came down when the brick pillars holding them up were pulled from the ground. Trees were uprooted, metal park benches twisted out of shape, leading officials to tape off the playground there. The cleanup continues. Charmaine Williams sent us this picture from Romulus. Thanks, Charmaine, where a large tree was uprooted. We are getting dozens of my pics just like this. So send us yours and take a look at what other people are posting. So head to clickondetroit.com/mypics and select weather from the drop-down menu, and you can add your storm damage pictures as well. All right, in more news today, the UAW says around 97% of its membership has voted to authorize a strike as negotiations with GM, Ford, and Stellantis continue. Now, this was an expected move. This kind of vote is always held ahead of a possible strike. But the union wants a 46% wage increase, restoration of traditional pensions, cost of living increases, a 32-hour work week, and higher benefits for retirees. The UAW has more than $825 million in its strike fund, which it uses to pay eligible members should they go on strike.